In this last investigation, we're really going to be working with percentages and figuring out how much percentage of specific prices things are. And so to do that, this is begging you to do some close analytical reading. So to start, a couple keywords, and I've said this before, but the word is, you can replace sort of mathematically with an equal sign. The word of, you can replace with a multiplication symbol. And there's two ways we can approach this, and either one is fine. My brain tends to use this part to whole pretty quickly, but you can also use this y equals kx. And the reason this part to whole works is you're actually doing part of this equation. You've just sort of eliminated one portion of it. So for example, if we've got this problem here where a salesperson is selling a car for $18,250 and their commission is $693.50, and if I want to know what percent of the sale price is their commission, this one actually, my brain started to go to this equation first, because when it says what percentage of, I'm thinking multiplication, the sale price is their commission. Ooh, okay, is their commission. I know that their commission is $693.50, so $693.50 is some percentage of the sale price. And so we don't know what that sale price is. I'll just put in a K for now. No, we do know the sales price, but we don't know what the commission was. But I do know that the sales price was $18,250. And so I know that whatever the percentage is for their commission times this is going to get to me $693.50. And so since I know that this is multiplication between that K, that part we don't know, that commission percentage, and the original sales price, now I can divide both sides since it's multiplied there. If I divide both sides, anything divided by itself is 1, so that disappears. And so I can take a calculator and do $693.50. And then if I calculate that out, I'm going to get 0.038. And as a percentage, and remember I'm just going to multiply times 2, or multiply times 100, move the decimal place 2 points over. There we go. We would say that's 3.8%. The other way I could think about this is if I think about the part to the whole, I want to know what percentage or what part of the whole is $693.50. So in the part to whole, well, I want to know 693 is what part out of 18,250. Well, that looks a whole lot like what I did over here. And so when I divide it out, I get that same information. So again, the reason part to whole works is you're actually doing a step of this y equals kx. Okay, so for number 2, I'll put this right here. I think that'll work. Now we have the tip for the bill for a meal was $33.75. The customer left $40. What percentage of the bill was the tip or is the tip? Well, the first thing I might want to do is figure out, well, what is actually the tip? And so in order to do that, I think I need to first subtract $33.75 from $40. And so I can either do some mental math or use a calculator is fine. So I get $6.25. And so now I think, okay, well, that tip out of that whole, remember we're doing, if we start with the part to whole, I want to know what percentage is this $6.25 out of the whole thing. And I'm like, ooh, which one am I supposed to do? Well, remember, I start with this and then I add it in that tip. And so again, with both of these strategies, the y equals kx or the part to whole, really make sure you're plugging things in correctly, like which number to plug in. So ask yourself, like, what are they trying to find? Percentage of the bill. Ooh, the original bill was $33.75. And so I want to know what percentage was that tip. And so I can put $6.25 divided by $33.75. And if I, on a calculator, I'm going to get 0.1852, which as a percent is 18.5%. If I was thinking about, okay, the y equals kx situation, well, I know that the new price was $40, and that will be equal to whatever the percentage was of the original bill. This will be essentially 100% plus the percent for the tip. And so when I divide that through, I can divide $33.75 from both sides. When I take 40 divided by $33.75, I get 1.1852. And remember, we said that this K was 100% of the original bill plus my tip, so that represents my 100%. And then this is going to be my tip, and this number looks a whole lot like that number, and so that I know that my tip there is 18.5%. So both strategies, the part to whole or the y equals kx, involve multiple steps. So just be really slow, show your step-by-step work to organize your thinking. And then the last one here, we've got original price of a bicycle was $375. Now it's on sale for $295. What percentage of the original price was the markdown? So again, I might start a similar strategy as I did up here, is figuring out, well, how much is that total markdown? So maybe I'll do 375 minus 295, and that's going to be 80. And so again, if I do my part to whole, it's a great place to start. I want to know how much of this markdown, or how much of the original price is that markdown. And so I need to figure out, okay, is my original price 375 or 295? And if I read back up in here, ooh, the original price was 375. And so I take my calculator and I get 0.213, which is 21.3%. So both strategies work in terms of how you want to go about solving it. Part to whole or that equation. I don't have a preference which one you use. Just be really thoughtful in showing your work, especially when it comes to these step-by-step problems or things that involve multiple steps, like up here where I've got part to whole and the y equals k, because I showed you both examples. Either one is fine. Just show your work in an organized way. Be really careful to read the problem carefully to figure out which part is the part to whole and which one should go in for y or k or x, depending on what they give you in the problem.